Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha and Butler are here. Mm-hmm. We got one foot in the turkey.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like.
Thanksgiving Day week. I know we got some Black Friday specials up at tomanddan.com right now.
Indeed.
We're just doing a little Black Friday merch sale where we bundled together some of our popular items and made it a deal for you guys. So it's limited. And I know there's not that many bundles, so definitely get them while you can.
Yeah, if you're thinking of doing it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, there's a
100%.
girls bundle, a guys bundle, and a beach bundle. So, and it's all discounted rate. So if you're looking for gifts, go to tomanddan.com under the merch section. So
again, topic of gifts. This is a good segue.
Yeah. If you're looking for some gifts or some holiday treats, our partners at Holobox can help you out with that. And we have a bunch in studio we're going to talk to these people about and all the different candies.
Yeah.
And well, I know that there's a lot. First of all, it's hard for me to see.
Yeah.
So
we're looking
he's blind.
We're looking in so many different directions. As far as Tom can see right now, it appears that are two humans, and then you guys have a young Spanish boy wearing a scarf sitting between the two of you. That's what Tom thinks it.
So,
Hello.
how you guys doing?
Good. What's up, guys?
Doing okay.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you guys. Obviously, we could not go through the holidays without getting a little bit of Germany injected into our faces from our good friends at Holobox.
Yep. So what do we got today? I know that Butler brought us a bunch of candies, some beers.
My God.
We're gonna eat some stuff today and drink some beers. I have
what's
a feeling
funny
I'm
is
gonna
that
get
every
drunk.
segment we do with Holobox is basically we just we laugh and we drink beer and then we eat delicious treats and then we just come away happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chef Pat, what are we looking at today?
I think the biggest Christmas tradition for us around Hollerbox are these two things here. The Glühwein, which is a red wine with spices, and it's traditionally served warm. I think you guys got a bottle of that. You're not going to drink that right out of the bottle. You'd put it in like a crock pot on low or on the stove for a little bit. Just bring it to almost a steam. But with some oranges, some cinnamon, some star anise.
Nice.
And it smells like Christmas. And then that's traditionally what you drink in the Christmas markets in Nuremberg when it's cold. And then
Okay,
the
so
thing is Stollen, which is almost like German fruitcake, but it's a very dense yeast dough with marzipan, which is an almond paste going right through the middle with a bunch of dried fruits. It's got raisins and cranberries and currants and stuff like that inside, coated with powdered sugar.
And it's actually where that traditional crappy fruitcake came from, is kind of mimicking some of these European treats, but done the right way with that rolled marzipan in the center. It is actually pretty delicious.
So there's alcohol, and what is this?
Is that all you got out of that?
No.
Wow.
I mean, she's been talking for a solid 2 minutes of all this like beautiful German, knowledge of like, okay, what makes it up? The marzipan, the almond cream, and the dried fruits, and you said, so there's alcohol.
I don't want that.
Okay. I'm with you, buddy.
There's a lot of rum that's the fruit soaks in. So yeah, there's definitely some booze in there.
And what is this called again? Is it a beer? No, not the bottle.
Yeah.
What?
Glühwein.
And
Glühwein.
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 Glue, like the stuff you make from a horse, and then wine, the stuff you make from grapes. Glue wine.
So
Glühwein.
it's in the same
Horses.
No horses.
classification as a wine.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but
you
you
just
drink it
heat it.
hot.
And it goes
It's
to your
a spiced mulled red wine.
Yes.
I believe that mulled is the thing when it's got the spices and it's heated and served warm. Like a mulled cider has like the cinnamon and cloves and allspice, and you serve it warm. Same kind of thing, just with booze.
All right.
So is eggnog?
You seem like this is blowing your mind a little bit.
I wonder what the if you go back the how this started, if there was a reason why, because okay, if you go back to like rum, it's like, okay, you needed some sort of alcohol
That wouldn't
to
spoil.
to drink
Yeah.
on ships and
Okay,
so
I
it's
like where you're going with this.
Celebrate.
I wonder though how it's like, all right, because I assume that there's other wines that you don't actually warm to drink.
Like but the warm wine at Christmas time with the spices in it. I remember my mom and dad. This is a very vivid memory. I remember them dressing me in what would have been considered old world Mickey's A Christmas Carol clothing. And the adults made this wine and then they put it in like a thing and then we all went out caroling and we carried the wine with us and the adults all got basically crocked while they were singing carols and drinking this delicious warm spiced holiday wine.
Okay, yeah.
That was like the thing. And the kids, we had like apple cider and stuff like that. But like it was like a kind
Your
of like
childhood
a.
was like a movie. I don't know anyone that actually went out caroling.
Yeah, me neither. And,
Well, my mom was a music
Yeah.
teacher,
Yeah.
so I mean, at a church. So I mean, like, oh man, I had the scarf and the top hat, the whole nine.
and it's probably
Tiny Tim, a crutch. I had a crutch.
also, I think it probably dates back to a time where everybody around the holidays was generally cold because it's cold as hell outside. So it's like heating and like temperature control is like a luxury of the future.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so you actually warmed everything
Yeah,
you're
heat up your wine.
I'm gonna drink like it's cold as hell and inside
I'm
it's
not gonna
always
drink
cold.
frozen wine.
Yeah.
I will say,
Aromatics, are you going to say the same thing?
no, I do love to sit outside, shirt off, around a fire, and drink Glühwein when it's like 40 degrees outside. Nothing makes me feel more manly.
All right, I like
Okay,
that.
I like that too. That sounds fun.
So, not to talk all about alcohol, but the candies, because let's talk about the, and I assume they're traditional German candies, little
Right?
chocolates.
So the chocolates we sent you are full of booze.
Yeah, okay, yep. By the way, I'm glad Travis told me that
Well,
because
my daughter came in. You were handing them to her.
I did look at them like, and then think to myself, oh, I'll take them on the camping trip. I'll give them to my sons as
then
bribes.
and then they'll fall face
man.
first in the fire.
Yeah.
Burn their face off.
They'll sleep good the whole ride there. So we did, for the kids, we did send advent calendars for the kids.
Oh,
Yeah, I
thank you
saw that.
guys.
Those were traditional. But all the other candies, Germans are known for, the Belgians are known for their chocolate, and Belgium's right next to Germany. So they get really, really good chocolate. So they take the chocolate and fill it with booze. I think I sent you guys 4 different kinds with booze. One, Asbach, which is a traditional German brandy. Those are our favorites, and those sell out very fast around here. And then I think there's some newer kinds, but still along the same lines. One's mojito, one's vodka, and the other is something I don't remember.
It's assorted. It's got
But they
triple
all
sec.
have booze in them, and that's how we roll.
I like it.
Butler,
Yeah, one of them's got like triple sec.
open one of those up. I want to taste. I want to see how much booze
Here's
is
where
actually.
the show starts turning.
Yeah, this is what they
Although
call.
we did eat beforehand this time, so maybe we won't get
Well,
as
I ate
drunk.
like 3 hours ago. This is
That's
what you
true.
call the Great Hollabach Turn.
Yeah.
You come around the corner. This is called taking the turn. All right, which one are you having?
All right, so this
Are we having? Yeah, I'll have one. Oh my God,
Is-
I just broke.
this particular candy is
Oh, I got a cherry brandy.
Tried it.
I kind of want to try the cherry brandy.
Just take a
Well, you wanna
cherry
try the
brandy.
vodkas.
You know,
Or should I get
honestly,
the
guys,
amaretto?
I've seen these every holiday since I've been alive, and I'm gonna tell you a secret. I have not ever had one of
Me
these.
either.
This is the first one I've ever
Missing
had.
out. You've been missing out.
Yeah, I think I have, and I would only do it for you guys, but so I undid mine, and you can see where they capped it.
Do they actually have enough alcohol in them for only to be sold to adults? Like, are they literally 21 and up candies?
I'm eating mine.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Here's the turn. That's the turn.
There wouldn't.
She's drunk. You asked her. She's drunk.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Is
My-
it?
There's a mini shot in there.
Is it?
Yeah, mine.
Um,
Mine got me right down the. Oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
God! I'm just waiting for Butler to say something stupid in an echo voice.
Warned me up.
Oh, this vodka's good.
Uh-oh, what's happening?
As they're-
Why is it every time we...
Every time we eat, I
start
ate it.
drinking.
I did it. I ate the thing, and I go, "Oh, wow, that's strong."
It tastes
and then,
really good.
And then it all cut out.
And robot pack comes.
By the way, you know how...
Drunk robot chef Pat.
You know how embarrassing it is as a broadcaster that I introduced at the beginning. I'm like, and these people are going to tell us.
I know, you're rude. So rude.
Well, you know why? It's because I can't think ahead.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to start looking. I'm like, we're going to talk about this. But as I'm thinking, I'm talking. So then I have to click off one.
Yeah, you can't think and talk at the same time.
No, can't. And I'm like, I think other people can. And especially other people in
What
this
do you mean,
business
like,
can.
think ahead while they're talking?
Yeah.
You can't think ahead or behind.
They're
Right.
only on time.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
In the moment.
By the way, my computer time is off. It's driving me
Oh,
crazy.
it
'Cause
has bothered him so bad.
I can't figure out. I'm like, this hasn't. I asked Daniel and Samantha, I'm like, has this ever happened to you in the history of time? They're like, absolutely
No.
not. I've never seen it.
Butler said, yep.
And then
happened to
Butler's
me.
like, this happens to me all the time. And then I'm like, wait a minute.
He's
no!
clowning you. He's clowning you.
Yeah, no, but I think he's right. And I'm like, what is happening? Because now I
Well,
assume
you
it's
two
me
are
and
just-
Butler's dumbass fault that can somehow throw our computer off 4 minutes. Anyway, Chef Pat, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, sorry.
he's
He had to
back.
go on
He's
his
back.
rant on
I
Butler.
like it. So we always consume the alcohol.
Yeah.
Tom goes on a rant.
Then the Hollowbox, the gods, the great German gods,
Yeah.
are happy that we ingested the alcohol, so they smite our telephone line
Yeah.
or our
The
internet
connection. Yeah.
And then Robot Pat comes in, and then you say something you shouldn't on the air, and then Pat goes, "I've been listening the whole time." Yeah, every show that happens.
It's like we planned it.
Yeah.
So Pat,
Now I can buy these at your market, correct, Chef Pat?
Correct. Everything that we sent you guys, you can buy at the market.
Because that was damn good. I've never had one of those. I will say that the flavor of the cherry brandy with the chocolate is
It is really good.
pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is all. And the chocolate was fantastic chocolate.
I feel like we don't put alcohol in enough things
No.
as Americans, right? I feel
I
like
feel like we do.
Germany,
That's the
you,
toughest problem. Not enough alcohol.
yeah, like
Germany,
Germany's
go
like,
gas up. They encourage you to buy a beer at the gas station while you're pumping your gas and take a roadie. America, you're not allowed to look at it.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's everything's closer.
Yeah, I can't
like,
get. Man, Butler's trying to get me to start snack drinking, and I can't be doing that.
one of those
Well, there's
chocolates.
King Snacks over here.
I feel that. Like I instantly, I'm happier, and my hands are rock solid. I mean, they are. Look at that. Look at that. Look how
Ready to go.
sturdy. Yeah, I'm good.
So, what else are we looking at in our pile of goodies?
I believe I sent. Do you guys have a giant gingerbread man?
We do.
Man,
Yes.
that one almost got stolen by my daughter, who was over here just a second ago.
Now, is there
and,
alcohol in this?
it doesn't appear that there is, but I would like to decorate him with a nice German beer.
Yes. So we just got these in last Thursday, and we sold almost 60% over the first weekend.
Oh my God.
So that's why I was only able to send you guys one.
Yeah.
But we have them in limited numbers, and gingerbread or Lebkuchen is a traditional spiced German cookie that you eat at Christmas time. It's again got those same warm spices like the cinnamon and clove and allspice.
Is it like historically German, the gingerbread man?
I don't know about the actual gingerbread man, but I know the actual like style of cookie. And I do know that we have done something gingerbread related every year since I started. So if it's not German, it's Theo German, and that's as good as gold to us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chef Pat, but now Travis is laughing at my questions. Like, you got any better questions? You are holding up the damn German cookie. I hold up a German cookie. I'm going to laugh at my boss asking a dumbass question. I fed him some alcohol candies, and now he's asking us some traditional German cookie is German. And I'm going to laugh at him in his face. I'm sorry, Chef Pat, but...
Hey, we can do a segment, Butler washes dishes at the Willow Tree on a
That,
Saturday.
yes!
Oh,
now
now
we're
we're
talking.
talking.
Yeah, because
But he's dressed like Krampus.
And let's talk about this, Chef Pat. He showed up at the office this morning.
I wondered if we were going to talk about it.
Okay, hold
of
on.
course we're talking about
I
it.
didn't think.
And I
okay.
wasn't going to do it, but
I
now
didn't think this was gonna
this
happen.
guy's got the balls
You
to hold
shouldn't
up the
have
cookie.
laughed.
And then I'm asking a simple question. No, we could have just gone by, but I have to laugh at his face and sit there. And not even quite. It's not like you did it like... You're
Okay.
laughing loudly at my
Christina and
question.
Chef Pat look very concerned that you are
sorry.
uncomfortably dressing down an employee in front of them.
No, this is part of it.
I will make you both feel better by saying that yes, Travis's job does hang in the balance, and it's all your fault.
Let's just
Don't put this on them.
Let's talk about it because Travis shows up in the morning and then tells,
Bye-bye.
I wasn't even here yet.
He's like, hey guys, how was your weekend, Dad? I was like, oh, nothing special. How was yours? He's like, just a kind of a chill weekend. Mom and Dad are in town. No big deal. Folks, I'll be right back. And then he walks outside,
Right.
never to be seen again.
That's accurate.
Yeah, so then I show up and then I'm like, hey, then I do my thing. I sit down. I'm going.
Well, you always walk in, then you
Going through
make
the
us
paperwork.
sing we have to sing that stupid song you like us to sing to start the day, and then we have to do some sort of weird,
How dare you
like,
call the
military
national
pledge. We do some military pledge where then we're goose stepping around the office in some sort of like thing for you.
It's Sea Org and
Yeah, it's
inspired.
very, very L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah, I put on my captain's hat.
His teeth fall out.
I sneeze my teeth out, and then Samantha puts on my robe. What's weird about that?
So Butler is gone, and I go, as he's leaving, I go, you
No,
all right?
Tom asked where he went, and me and Dan like, we don't know. We
Yeah.
thought he went outside to grab something out of his car or something.
And then Sam goes, he's usually on the phone with like a family member that needs help.
So then we sat there for another 10 minutes, and then we get a text from Butler like, hey,
Nobody says, for transparency, I'm in Georgia picking up some soccer balls.
He's like, full transparent. I'm like,
That's not transparent.
Full transparency
You
is
should've
telling
said-
me why you're leaving,
Yeah,
not being afraid to tell me you're leaving, then leaving and then going, just happened to be in Hollabox. I'll just swing through and pick up the stuff I left.
Yeah, because you know what happened? He remembered he was supposed to go to Hollabox on the way here. Which
No,
is
I don't even think
No.
that. I think he saw it on
No.
the calendar when he sat
Yeah.
down at his desk.
Well, no, that's
He's
what I mean
here.
when he got
you
here.
Yeah,
can
yeah.
ask him. He is here.
Yeah, no, I'm saying
But I'm
he
not.
remembered that he was supposed to go by Hollabox and pick
Right,
up all
right.
this stuff for the segment today. When he saw the
Yeah.
Hollabox on the schedule. So then he got here and then he's like, oh no, I forgot. And then he said, I'll be right back, which insinuates that you just left something in your car.
Right.
And
That's assuming.
then you're gone for 25 minutes. And then you freak out because you're like, oh, I underestimated how long it takes to drive
Well, that's
Yeah.
what you do.
to Sanford and back.
That's
Yeah,
why there's Tony Baloney
that's what
brothers.
balonies do.
Yeah.
And then while he's at Hollabox, he texts us full transparency. I forgot I was supposed to go to Hollabox. Well, it's too late now. You've already got yourself into a web of lies. And
I spun no webs of lies.
sorry, guys. I feel like this is very
This should have been off air.
embarrassing.
That was hilarious.
And I blame the candies because as soon as I had that one rum candy, it's all
Oh, man.
I was like, who cares? I'm gonna say the truth.
So when you guys are working in the market or maybe the restaurant, do you guys have employees that don't tell you the full truth and then go outside? I'm trying to spin this into
They
something.
always think that we don't know, like those children that you know that they're lying because you're your parents. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
The most important thing is if I meet you at the back door and say, let's go for a walk before
No.
you get in the building, you don't want to have that walk outside.
No,
right.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why I waited till you walked away, Pat.
By the way, all bad employees that are listening to this, when you show up anywhere at your job or your place of employment and they're waiting for you, just leave. Because if they're waiting for you, it's never good. They're not waiting for you to hold up a giant novelty check and be like, congratulations. It's always bad.
There's no cakes,
And in fact, just go ahead and assume you're going to be fired and save everybody's time and hassle.
Or if you get an email asking me to meet you at Sam Sneed's.
Chef Pat knows.
Yeah, he knows the same
Yeah,
thing.
I'm glad you brought that up, Chef Pat, because why would anybody go there? If they say in the email, meet me at Sam Sneed's, just assume you're being fired.
You know, you got to know.
Yeah, you know what's happening.
Don't go there for the awkward, you're trying to gag down your scallops.
Yeah, I'll eat a free steak 10 times out of 10.
It tastes worse though.
I can't eat a Caesar salad when I know I'm getting fired.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah, you're
and
worried
even
about
worse,
too much.
Chef Pat, I'll give you the real. I certainly can't eat a Caesar salad when they're asking me to be Buckethead's new producer. I just can't do it. I can't gag it down.
You could be off air right now too. It's okay.
No matter what, look, just full transparency, can't do it.
Okay.
But this is all great stuff, man. And I got to say, the first time having a chocolate with booze in it, I think I prefer my chocolate with booze in it. It's yummy.
Definitely.
So, you guys, I don't know. I mean, now I'm
Let's talk
kind of
about this
diving
beer.
into.
Let's talk about this
Oh,
beer.
yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Butler told me this, and I don't know how to say it, guys. Butler, what is that one called?
This is a
Eisbach.
Schneider Weiss Eisbach. It's Aventinus. It's an amazing beer.
Yeah, so Chef Pat, what makes this particular beer super duper special around holiday time?
Yeah, it's a super high ABV. It's got a nice flavor profile. Doppelbocks in general have a higher ABV, but the Eisbach is more of a winter style. It's more concentrated. It's got a higher ABV. It's got that clovey, banana-y taste to it.
Okay.
Just lends really well to winter. And it's, like I said, I like to hear you guys after a nice high test. So,
Well, I gotta say, right off the top of smelling this particular beer, it definitely has a holiday an aroma, and it smells really, really yummy. Banana
Yeah.
clove. I'll go with it, man. Look, you guys never steer me wrong. That's kind of like our buddy Freddie, who I think just went out to eat at your restaurant.
He did, yeah.
He likes to just go there and basically you guys just tell him what to eat, and I kind of like that too. Just you're not
Tell me
gonna
what's good.
nothing.
I enjoy that. If you ever don't know, just ask for
Yeah.
me, and if I'm here, I'll come tell you what you should
It's
have.
just, it really and nothing there's bad. So you just go in there and just say just give me the thing, and they'll set you up right. But anyway, I think he's been doing the Jägerschnitzel. I think that's what he's been doing a lot of. Okay, I'm going in.
This tastes like Christmas. I tasted it, looked up at
Oh,
Santa
that's great.
Claus's mustache, and they're like, this tastes like Santa Claus's mustache.
This is-
like Christmas.
This is great, guys. Yeah, this one, but I can feel it, and that I can guess what's the ABV on that because that sounds sneaky.
This is pretty high. This is 12%.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
And the way they get it so high, it's actually ice. I think it's a freeze fermentation. So they actually, while they're making it, they freeze it, and the water separates kind of from the alcohol. They shave off a bit of the water, making it a little
Like
more.
distilled beer almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's got a beer flavor,
Yeah, but
I-
this is a strong sipping beer.
yeah, this is a sneaky. This is a sneaky beer. I like.
yeah.
Oh,
It'll catch up.
I can feel
German
it.
Schlitz.
So
That one's tasty, guys.
now again, everything we're talking about.
Can be purchased, I
Yeah.
believe, either at the restaurant or namely at the market. Correct?
Right, Magnolia Square Market. Everything that we sent you guys came from. We put your little care package together, plus a bunch of more great beers. We just got some new wines in, some ice wines in, which we have had a limited selection before. Which is, to me, I like a nice, sweet, concentrated wine after desserts with holiday meals. So, lots of options.
I love
We
it.
had really fun, good time sampling all the different ice wines until we chose the one that we liked.
Oh yeah, I bet.
You know what my problem with advent calendars is?
Oh,
So
God.
here we go.
Oh, my
we
God.
gotta
Okay,
actually
now,
go. We're out of
guys,
time.
guys.
We can't do another pop pop.
Guys, you almost. I'm not going to do this to you, and Sam's right. We do have to
Yeah,
go.
we do.
You almost got a dose of the Turn Plus. Because he's drinking that beer, and he almost gave you, what's wrong with Advent calendars? GD, dude, is there anything wrong with Advent calendars?
well,
They're for fun.
the-
Like, what is wrong with
The
you?
last
Well, he
day, the end should be the most spectacular prize. Like the biggest and most delicious thing or something super unique. And it usually turns out to be just like it was the day before, or like, and it's like, I got to the end. It should be some grandiose, like,
No, but life doesn't always give you.
The Advent calendar is the birth of the Lord, and there's nothing more grandiose than that.
I agree.
I was just saying,
I agree.
put an extra special
Yeah.
prize at the last.
Somebody wants the biggest chocolate to be last. I mean, some of us are completely okay with just birth of Christ.
Put the most rare one, or like some gold flakes, anything.
Yeah,
in
put
there.
some gold flakes on baby Jesus.
I'll just make it so like, oh, the last one is a crazy special. It's got the most ornate decorations. It's got booze in it, something.
Okay, I
THC.
got you.
Anyway.
I said I'd protect you guys from that. I did not, and I apologize.
No, but thank you guys for like all our treats today
Yes.
for the
Yeah, it's
Advent
fantastic.
calendar. By the way, my both my sons love advent calendars, and it'll make
It's a religion in our family.
it'll make their month because they wake up and they're like, "Oh yeah, there's like a surprise every day."
Yeah, it's better than my daughter typically wants to open the advent calendar before she's even given me a good morning hello. Again, all of this stuff, if you want to celebrate, you can go there to the market, pick it all up there. Why not do it while you're getting dinner?
Yeah.
That's what I would do. Kill two birds.
And if you get dinner, ask for our Tom and Dan German sausage pins. They're free. They're me and Daniel as tiny German sausages. Those are available at Hollabox at the restaurant.
Indeed.
So just ask your waiter or waitress for one. I know I'm that.
I feel a little hot.
Yeah, the beer got me at the
I'm
end.
starting to sweat a little bit.
And I believe you still have some pint glasses at the market, correct? Or are they all
We
gone?
have a few pint glasses left at the market, definitely. I've got another few hundred probably pins from you guys.
Nice.
But I gave out a good dozen this week. Ask for me. I like to personally give them out just because I like to say hi to everybody. So
Dig it.
Awesome.
Well, we love you guys. Oh,
Last night because we celebrated Sofa and Suds that would have been, and we watched our video from last year and did a trophy presentation. But definitely had a lot of Tom and Dan supporters last night.
oh, that's great, man.
That's cool. Yeah, I know. It's super.
What a bummer, right?
Yeah, over the weekend, I know like the CBE group did like a virtual beer fest that raised a bunch of money for Yellow Brick Road. We appreciate it, but I did think on Sunday I was like, man, I would have been at Sofa and Suds downtown Sanford. It's bizarre. We'll be there next year.
Yeah,
and,
we'll make it. We'll figure something out if we have to get somebody to write a video game. We all play it on Twitch. Sofa Race video game. We'll figure something out. But guys,
It gives us more time to engineer a better couch to beat Audi.
Yes.
I know.
Oh, yeah. I know, right?
By the way,
Hey, at least it's German. I guess. You know.
Yeah, someone needs to actually step up and beat them so they don't just win every single year. I feel like we tried, but we're what are we?
my
We can't
God.
do
Yeah,
nothing.
no. Yeah.
I can't even host this show.
Yeah.
You expect us to build a couch?
I didn't realize until just this moment that we were talking to Chef Pat and Christina from Hollabox. Like I didn't know what was happening. I had no clue what was happening. But guys, we love you. Happy holidays. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving with everything, and I'm looking forward to the next time we get to do the legendary Hollabox turn.
thank you guys. We'll see you soon.
All right,
see ya.
y'all. Give everybody some love. Give Theo some love. We'll talk to you soon. They are so
Bye-bye.
fun. My God.
Yeah. You don't understand how embarrassing it is for people to not be able to, do this job like other people do it.
I thought you did fine.
you
You
know,
just got thrown off by a piece of chocolate with some booze in it. No big deal.
No, not that
Fine.
part. It's just the I can't go, like smooth transition.
Yeah.
Just like I'm like you should be able to do this, no problem, and then make it weird.
Sometimes I do
Why
it.
do I make it weird?
Why do either of us make it weird? We're weirdos.
Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, bye. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am. Dan, Samantha, and Butler are here. The fish are here. Still 1 foot in the turkey.
So this gentleman has been doing a bit for too long now.
Yep.
And
Today's the last day.
Today's the day, right before the holidays.
This is the last one we're doing,
That's
ladies
how they
and
do it in
gentlemen.
radio.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the the last edition of Nerd Jog, and then from this point on, we pretend like he's never been a part of the show.
Ignore
That's why here we go.
Nerds. Nerds. Nerds.
Jock, nerd, jock, nerd.
It's Nerd Jock with EJ. How you doing, EJ?
What's going on? So I get a farewell kind of like The Undertaker did last night on Survivor Series, huh?
Why? Now, hold on a second. I've
did he
been
retire?
saying goodbye to The Undertaker for the last 25 years
Did
of
he
my life.
retire?
No, I thought he just did the documentary.
That was
and then he leaves the hat in the ring and gong, gong, ring the bells a couple dozen more times. And then he's done. They brought him back again for Survivor
My
Series
God.
to say goodbye to him again?
Yeah, because Vince McMahon said WWF for the first time on television since they lost their lawsuit against the World Wildlife Fund. That was on Sunday.
Oh, wow. Didn't want to miss some dumb old man saying WWF.
Yeah, I know,
Oh,
right?
come on, man. Really, wrestling? Let the Taker ride out in the sunset, man. He's probably the best, most impressive working wrestler of all time. He's had, I'm not saying he's the most popular. I'm saying he's the guy that's done it the most for the most amount of time at the highest level. So just let him fade away.
And
Well, he has the same career as like Frank Gore. He's been going on forever.
Well, yeah, I'm going to talk about Gore in a second, but going back to Undertaker, like he never did interviews or whatever. I listened to him on like
The documentary is phenomenal. You would enjoy it.
Yeah.
You would enjoy
Where
it.
can I see that?
I'll give you my WWE password.
Okay.
It's very good.
so the first time.
Wait, according to WWE, I do not share my passwords, but I know a guy.
I'm not a wrestling fan, but I know about it from Daniel and from
Well,
talking about
this
it.
is
yeah.
bigger than wrestling. This
Of course,
is a guy, this is a
pop culture
legendary
icon, yeah.
this guy is literally an icon in his field.
So I think I listened to him on Bill Simmons or something, and they were like, "Oh yeah, he never does interviews. He just started doing interviews because he always wanted to keep like his
In
character,
character, yeah.
mystique
Yeah.
or whatever." And I'm like, "Oh, this is pretty
I
interesting."
respect that.
Yeah, I'm like, "That's cool."
I did lose a ton of respect when Kane took off the mask.
Well, then he ran for public office, you know.
Then he's like the governor of like Tennessee, like a county in Tennessee, right?
Yep.
And so I was like, oh, this might be interesting. I've never heard an interview with the Undertaker. I wonder what this guy's all about. You know, he's been a icon for 25 or 30 years or something
at
in
least.
wrestling. Like by far, maybe one of the most popular. You could put him in the top 10, right?
Best villain by far. I think
wrestler of
probably
all
you have
time,
to make him
you know?
he's not
Hogan,
You can't
Andre
really
the
say
Giant.
true villain because people
Yeah.
rooted for Undertaker, but
Yeah.
And then
you can put him in the bad guy category. I think.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, this could be interesting. I mean, never heard him talk, never heard an interview with him. To him being outside of character,
Right.
you know, always having, that's a regular Florida redneck. just like every other wrestler there is, it's the same ass.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh,
oh, you're just the same as everybody. Of course. And like you come from that generation.
I wanted you to be a little more supernatural and a little
I mean-
less biker, but oh man, you're more biker.
It's a regular
You know why?
Florida
Because
biker.
supernatural's
Oh, he's
fake.
from Texas, not Florida.
Yeah,
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but
The
the Texas,
same-
Florida, anywhere that football's super popular, same type of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like he's like you're like, oh, I never expected this from this gentleman.
scholar.
It's exactly like
I mean, you could play the game Texas, Florida, right? Well, for a lot of those guys, I mean, they're gonna
Right,
run,
right.
you know, one or the
Yeah.
other.
Crossover.
I'm joking. He seemed like a smart guy, but I'm just saying it's just whatever you would assume. Like it's not
Oh,
something
he was
like,
very
whoa,
nice.
this
You
is weird.
and I've met him. I think
He's Puerto Rican. I didn't know. Like it's just
I think you met him. He's very nice. He's standoffish, very shy. Doesn't like people talking to his family.
Yeah, he seems
doesn't like
like-
people talking to his girl.
Yeah, yeah.
Keeps to himself. Probably has a lot of guys that want to come up and say, "So you're Undertaker, huh? Let's fight." Which is,
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Ridiculous.
garbage.
No, he seemed like a good
Yeah,
guy.
he seems like a nice guy.
So speaking of old men still doing it, I was watching the Jets because I bet on them like a fool, thinking that this would be the time they possibly could come out with a win. It was off their bye week. I heard some BS statistic about losing teams, like teams that haven't won a game
Sure.
off their bye week actually have a winning record, and this could be
But
the
there
game.
is a reason to watch the Jets.
yeah.
You have an obsession with Frank Gore.
And then I was like, maybe this is, and of course I was wrong, although they did keep it close at the end. Anyway, so I saw Frank Gore score a touchdown, and it just reminded me again how unbelievable it is that this man is playing starting running back in the NFL at his age, and how insane
And
it is.
doing things. It's not like he's just got the
No,
position.
he scored a touchdown.
Yeah,
I
he's
think,
doing things.
I mean, it was off like a 2-yard run or whatever it is, but it's still a touchdown. And I immediately, every time Frank Gore scores a touchdown, I'm like, wonder what EJ's doing, because EJ played with Frank Gore. And so now you're a couple years older than him, right?
Yeah, he was a freshman when I was a senior, so
Yeah.
he's like 3 years to 4 years younger than I am.
Yeah, and big difference back then. But now, he's 36 and you're turning 40.
Yeah, on the 5th of December, I'll be 40.
So this man is 36 years old and still
scoring touchdowns
Yeah.
at the highest level.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
amazing. We were talking about
amazing.
the Hurricanes this weekend and how many of those guys were Hall of Famers and how I competed against Hall of Famers day in and day out at practice there. So it made me a better player.
Is there anybody, I mean, I don't know if you know this trivia, but is there anybody in that class, even in all college, that is still playing besides maybe kicker? I don't even know if, I mean.
Well, Tom Brady was 99, so he's still playing.
Yeah.
Who is the oldest playing player? Currently playing player?
I think it might be Brady.
No, it
Like
doesn't kicker.
all the kickers are now. There's no old kickers anymore. They're all young.
Are you sure?
Like they cut most of the kickers, yeah.
Nick Folk, how old is that guy? That guy's old, man. I mean, he's got to be at Brady's age.
I think he's like 35.
Really? I think there's an old kicker.
Adam Vinatieri?
Vinatieri, yeah.
47 years old.
Vinatieri.
Yeah. I knew it was an old man kicker because I think every time he does, is he still playing?
Yeah, he's active.
He's playing for the Colts, right?
Is he?
Yeah, where's he at, Sam?
It says he's the oldest active NFL player. Let me see where he's playing.
So,
did you see that ref get hit yesterday?
Which one?
No,
there
I
was
didn't
two
see
of
it.
them.
Yeah, you're
Dolphins
right.
game, the guy got ran over by the whole defense.
Yeah, he got the one that. Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about, where he just got trampled to death. It was very sad. That was like,
and then he didn't come back. He was out.
No, that was very sad. Like that was like, oh my God, maybe we should.
And they didn't even help him up. They just went this pose in the end zone.
That was one of the only times I've ever looked at an NFL game and been like, maybe we should rethink the age of our refs.
Place kicker for the Colts, and then Brady's second oldest.
Wow, that's pretty neat. Brady still doing stuff in Tampa.
Every once in a while, you'll see like a wide receiver run.
Almost 50 years old in the NFL, dude.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's just got to kick the ball, though.
Yeah, you're right.
He doesn't do anything.
But still.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you still have to be able to keep that position, which I'm sure a bunch of 22-year-olds are trying to beat you at it. So every time I see a wide receiver run into an old cameraman, going full speed.
Oh, it's sad.
And
I hate it.
And blows the cameraman's vest off.
They need to just go to drones. Like, put drones on the field and just let them be the cameramen from now on.
Also, we have an insane amount of HD cameras filming every single
angle.
Yeah, the pylon cam, the one that goes above the field, which they should do that as the main camera.
The zipline cam would be perfect for that.
I'm watching every angle of this game by the inch, seeing if a player's foot was within a quarter inch of the. I'm seeing what do we need the old man camera guy out there to get his shoes blown off?
And the guy's holding the sound.
By Hollywood Brown running full speed.
Oh my God!
And then diving for a catch and then rolling into this old man and his Nikon camera's exploding.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
And they always wear that little khaki vest with the pockets and it's filled with film
batteries
and it's got Trident gum in there and it's just flying. The wrappers of gum.
You would think at this point that you would always have your eyes on what's happening on the field, but most of the time when you see it happen, they're like not fully paying attention, so they always get ran over.
They're doing the what's it. They're doing they're watching what
they're zooming in to get the perfect the angle of Brady throwing the pass. And meanwhile, you got Mike Evans running full speed. The guy is literally
Evans is a machine.
3 feet taller than this old man and outweighs him by 115
It's the
pounds.
weight more than anything. Is the old man's got bird bones, and you got a for all intents and purposes, you have a child man. Who's like in his 20s, late 20s, landing on
24.
you, and the man weighs 300 and some odd pounds, and he's every muscle on his body is chiseled hard, and he's just landing on your bird bones and crushing you to dust.
And you're landing on the vest full of camera batteries.
Oh my God!
I can feel zoom lens just getting shattered.
Also,
Derrick Henry running you over.
Just put
Henry's putting it down.
The big plastic see-through sound cones.
Yeah.
Just put them in some sort of robotics. Why do we need?
I know.
Put it on a Wall-E robot and just let it roll around.
Yeah. Why do we need the intern standing out there? Because every once in a while they'll blow that sound.
No, that's ego. You want to do that, right? Because you have an opportunity to be on TV. So if somebody comes to you and says somebody's got to hold a big parabolic plastic ear. All right, I'll do it. Right? You want to do that.
EJ, since we're talking about sports and we got some time today, let's talk about this because I found this to be pretty interesting. 2 things happened over the weekend because I was watching football. One is other teams now, especially in stadiums that are completely empty, they are literally screaming things out to confuse their opponents. And because now they actually can hear them on the field because there's nobody in the stands. So collectively, a team how many people are on the sidelines? I mean, there's
usually the roster's like 54 players.
But then with
I think-
trainers and I'm talking every personnel and stuff, what are we like?
Only 100 people on the sideline.
Yeah, 100 to 115 people. I think there's a cap or whatever. But then you've got, I guess you got some but as a part of the team, so you got 100 players on the sidelines, and they're screaming. And this, I forgot what game I was watching, but they started screaming reverse in a way to trick, like,
I was reading about that this morning.
While the play was going on, they're like reverse to get the defense to bite on a reverse, and they were BSing, they were like bluffing.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I've never seen that before. And of course, like you adapt to situations, and the team was probably like, hey, if we scream something loud enough, they could hear it now.
It's happening in all sports. It started the way I saw it the most. It started in like the NBA. When I was watching some of that,
Watch the pick.
And it's happening a lot more in MLS too, where they're doing things that you normally wouldn't do because it's just more quiet.
Yeah. And a second thing I saw, and this didn't end up being the case, but after or during an attempt, a field goal attempt, or maybe it was a punt, I forgot which, but there was a 15-yard penalty called for like a technical foul, basically, and then the announcers were speculating if it was because a coach yelled something that the referees could hear, like some sort of curse word or something that's not allowed.
Actionable.
Yeah,
Interesting.
And it turned out a coach was just outside the box or whatever. But their initial thought was that maybe the refs heard a coach yell at them, and they're
again something we haven't had to deal with.
It's simulating the snap. That's usually like if you say hut on the sidelines or as a defensive player, you can't do that because that'll mess up the timing and stuff. You can get personal fouls for that.
And then now what they were talking about is like during normal conditions with a full stadium, you would never be able to hear anything yelled from the sidelines.
Yeah, you can think it from the stands, if anything. Yeah.
And so there's so little sound that now you're starting to get involved into the players on the sidelines, which I thought was pretty weird.
Yeah, you can get like instructions from the sidelines as well as you can throw people off like yelling screen when it's not a screen play because it'll make the defensive linemen slow up their pass rush.
I wonder if it's going to be another weird thing getting back into it, because I assume that we will be back.
If we ever get back to normal quotation marks.
Well, I fully expect to be back to full, stadiums again, and then when that happens, these players, are they going to have to acclimate back to the noise, or that they always where they were always playing like that since college?
I think it's there.
And this
still,
is the weird, and they're not going to be.
This would have to be the normal for I think a couple of years before it would really
affect them.
A
whole season though is kind of long. I mean,
a lot of people are still throwing asterisks on this season. Not even really, they're just like, it's not a real season. We'll be a real season next year, which
I
is
hate
like,
that,
I hate it too. It's not fair.
No.
Well, because it's not abbreviated
No,
anyway
it's not
so
abbreviated.
far, and
But they're doing it in all sports. You hear
and everyone's under the same rules.
We're all
Everyone's
in this
playing
together.
the same.
Yeah.
So.
and baseball, I'll accept that because they cut the season in half, so it's different. But if we go through the entire NFL season and play, this year there's extra playoff teams and stuff. But so I feel like this is just as, you should be no asterisk applied to this. I mean,
agree.
you played everything, there was some weirdo things with the COVID players being out and stuff, but nothing too, there hasn't been a situation where all of a sudden you're playing like a ridiculous amount of practice squad yet. I mean, there hasn't been a very weirdo game.
Not quite yet.
Yeah. The only way I would say it gets an asterisk is if like that extra team that made the playoffs wins the Super Bowl. That would probably be the only time I would say maybe you could put an asterisk on it, but then it's still.
But that's
still
also
all
just
in it,
That's just a rule change that.
Just changed this year. Yeah, I guess. Okay.
Yeah. All right. What do we got?
You guys want to talk about Orlando City winning?
Yeah.
I was wrong about that. There was people in the stands, and then Orlando City won.
I know. Yeah, they did well. I mean, it wasn't as. I mean, we would.
I mean, went down to penalty kicks.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted it decisive, but hey,
are they going to win that appeal for the red card for the goalie?
I don't know.
Usually that it plays out in the next couple days, and they'll find out.
I don't know if I didn't see the the penalty.
Yeah, why did he get the red card? I didn't
he
see
came
what,
off
what
his
happened.
line,
It was a
which
second yellow, right?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's a yellow card coming off your line.
I would
as a
imagine
goalie
it
and-
doesn't get rescinded. I would imagine it sticks.
Right. That's what I think too.
Because if they just go back to it now, because a lot of this stuff is up to the referee's discretion.
And we have
so-
another goalie. It's just we didn't have it during PKs.
Right.
And
I've heard some confusion of that on Twitter as well. It's not like we just have one guy. No, we got guys. It's just we didn't pick our guys correctly because, again, not foreseeing a second yellow.
And that's the problem when you leave it up to subjectivity through the refereeing. There's going to be, of course, thousands of examples of other goalkeepers coming off their, stepping forward in that last second and then not getting called. And then sometimes you get called. It's like pass interference or something. It's all, up to that particular ref.
Interpretation. Yeah.
Indeed, yep.
So I don't imagine it gets rescinded because they go back to it and he did step.
Yeah,
now
I don't think
normally it wouldn't get called, but it did. So technically, he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
and-
stupid that they called it, but
Well, our other keeper, he's decent too. Is that Brian Rowe, I think? Our backup? Yeah, we'll be okay. It's fine.
yeah,
I
our
mean, it's-
keepers are fine.
yeah,
it's just
not ideal, but
It
that's,
just it was a weird circumstance.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's all part of the process. The same thing happened when they did the Nani thing, and then they rescinded it
Yeah.
later, but then they said they didn't. It's a mess.
what else we got, EJ?
Talk about NBA free agency. Do you see what Dwight Howard did this weekend?
No.
He sent a tweet out saying that, "Hey, I'm happy to be back with the orange and yellow with the Lakers." And then an hour later, he signed with the 76ers and deleted the tweet.
All right.
What?
So it's not surprising Dwight Howard screwing up again.
What is his
He's
problem?
He's
Is
a
it-
little Orby, yeah, right? He's a little bumbly.
Yeah, he's very Tom Bannish. Yes.
Is it just he's
Drunk in the
bumbling
bed.
around?
You are our Dwight Howard.
So is it because okay? Let's dissect this a little bit. So
He does seem to have a cloud of sort of negative stuff that
when he tweeted that out,
tails him around.
because this seems like he did that as a last ditch effort to try to a negotiation. Because why would he do that and then sign with another team? I feel like he did that to see if
Or
See if
was
he gets some more money, maybe.
Was he trolling?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, there had
he
to be
seems dumb enough to troll.
I'm saying there had to have been a reason, because if he knew it was up in the air, why?
Maybe it wasn't though. Maybe he was doing the swerve.
Well, I don't want to shut this
Weird.
down, especially considering the
idea.
fact that we have a talk show. We need stuff to talk about. The vast majority of the Twitch chat room people are saying they just think he's a dumb person. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah, but here's a lot of times it's like you not understanding why something's happening, and then you apply magic to it, or God, or supernatural powers.
Yeah.
And I feel like we do that a lot with when we see someone make a decision. We're like, oh, he's just dumb. Now, sometimes, and probably the majority of the time, that's correct. It's just because he's dumb. But for this, it's like this guy has played in the NBA. I mean, how many? This is what, fifth different
Long
team.
time.
But he's
15 years, maybe.
yeah. So he's not some rookie that doesn't.
No.
So
He's very seasoned.
So it's like, okay, then he knows obviously when teams, make their final decision. He knows exactly kind of where he's going. I would imagine he's had some conversation with his agent, other people, business
Yeah, I don't
people.
think he's clueless.
Maybe.
So to pass it off as, oh, he's just dumb, he didn't know what team he's on. I can't believe that, right? I can't.
Maybe he has a social media manager and they don't know what's going on, and he just kind of
Oh,
told
they
them.
need to fire that person.
No,
then.
I don't believe that
That's
either.
too.
I think
It's too much.
I think
This is
he's
too
dumb,
high.
and I think he was trolling. That's what I
I think he was messing around.
Yeah, I
It's-
think
yeah.
he's dumb.
He
and
thinks he's funny.
Yeah, he does. And he says a lot of stuff that he shouldn't say, and he gets in a lot of trouble for it. And he does think he's entertaining.
Yeah.
Like
So-
he likes himself.
So-
seems
He
like.
likes to be a goofball.
So in this scenario, it's probably like the Lakers did not decide to keep him. He was mad about it or whatever feelings, and then
It could have been a little bit of shade towards them.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Could
feel
be,
like
yeah.
I feel
That's what I think. That would have been my first thought.
Yeah, it's like, hey, thanks. You know, it's kind of like you get fired or whatever.
It's
and you're like,
sarcasm of like, going back to the team
Yeah,
that supports
yeah.
me, even though like,
Yeah.
you just cut me loose and you're not. Yeah, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So that's more believable. I can't just believe that it's dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's,
No.
I agree with that.
Why would you
Yeah, I
tweet
can
that
see
out
both.
when the pin hasn't hit the paper yet?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
And Dwight Howard has a history of doing that kind of thing. That's why obviously
Everybody in the chat thinks it was 100%. He's just a dodo.
Yeah, but what does that mean? You mean he didn't know what team he was going to be on?
No,
or he
not
thought-
not that severe. You're looking way too far into it. Think about it from the standpoint of dumb guy has Twitter and is just trolling. So he puts out a tweet saying, I'm so happy to be back with the blah blah blah, and he's just screwing around.
Because he knew he wasn't going to be back.
Right.
So that's the
Yeah,
troll.
yeah.
Yeah,
But he's still dumb enough to do something like that, considering the fact that he doesn't concern himself or care about his own image or what people view him being a
All right,
professional.
all right.
Yeah, it's like that dumb,
Makes
not so dumb he forgot what.
yeah.
Someone also did say it
Just
could
a
have been
dumb move.
could have been a scheduled post, which is possible too.
Right.
Maybe he did think he was going to get signed back up with the Lakers, and he had it scheduled to go out,
Yeah.
and then it was like, ooh, never mind. Let me go and delete that. Although I tend to believe it was like he was throwing shade, and he
Yeah,
knew
yeah, yeah.
the writing was on the wall.
Should we jump into nerd?
Or
Okay,
you
we
want to take
definitely
a break
gotta
and
talk
come
about
back for nerd?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, do that. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, let's take a break, and that way we don't have to, cut it
Rush
up or
it.
anything.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right. Bye. Welcome back to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan, Samantha, and Butler here, and we're joined on the line with us right now is EJ, live via Skype. My mouth is not what.
We did have Hollybox earlier.
Yeah, it's
You're
weird.
Tarzan Tasm.
I did the Terzum Tasm. EJ's on the line for nerd.
Even when you're with your wife.
Yeah, even when you're with your wife. It's Nerd Jock, and we're in the nerd part.
Yeah, what do we got?
Oh, well, we got to start off with the Mandalorian mistake that they did. They did a Game of Thrones Starbucks cup on the Mandalorian this past week. It's not a spoiler, so I'm not ruining anything, but it's something to look out for if you haven't watched the episode yet, or if you're going to rewatch it. Have you seen the Blue Jeans guy?
I did. And I haven't even been watching Mandalorian yet. I'm waiting to binge it all at the end. So, but yeah, people are making memes and toys about it.
Oh, he's become canon now. They put him on the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Even.
So basically, it was a guy that was in the background of a scene that was not supposed to be in it, just in regular clothes, like khakis
didn't
and a
crop him
t-shirt.
out, yeah.
He was like hiding in the back of a hallway, but half of his body was shown.
Yeah. Would I have caught it?
I don't know because I
If you
haven't
were
watched
really
the scene.
paying attention, you'd see it, but if not, you would miss it. I missed it the first time. I saw it the second time because I was watching it again.
I'm so skeptical nowadays of everything that I'm almost
Yeah, I
leaning
know.
towards they did
Oh,
this.
it's a ruse that they did it on purpose.
Not necessarily on purpose. Like I believe that it was initially an accident, but it's hard for me to believe that through the editing
So many
process,
checks and balances, man.
no
I
one
think that-
caught it.
I think there are too many professionals working on that show.
I
Especially,
agree.
the only thing I can say is Carl Weathers was the director of that episode, so I could see him kind of doing a funny thing like that. It's possible because he's known for doing comedy.
So many eyes on that, and it is quite. I mean, you could make an argument that it's the most popular show on streaming right now, right?
Oh, it's definitely the
It's
most
definitely
So
popular show,
I'm with
for
Tom.
sure.
I say no. I
Well-
say this is. It may have been an initial mistake, but it takes them having to run with it, right?
But every episode, there's so many editors involved that editors
Yeah, but
go.
there's a bunch of eyes that have to review what they do.
That's what I'm saying. But even
Yeah.
during the editing process, every scene. They sometimes they go through frame by frame, and especially with.
Oh yeah, with sound effects and everything, all the after production.
Well,
they
my
have to
buddy
do.
Dave's doing those at Soapbox Films, his company. They're the ones that have those big on set. It's no more green screen. It's that VR.
Yeah.
And he's in charge of that. And you don't not see stuff that way.
Yeah.
It's it's all there for you to see.
And so when you're doing
what you see through the camera is an actual depiction of what you're going to get. That's why the directors like it.
And then in post, there's so much editing, and Samantha's right. Even the sound effects editing, they have to go through literally scene by frame,
Tedious.
Oh.
adding. So you would think someone would be like, "Hey, there's a guy with jeans
There's
in the back."
teams of people working on
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I mean,
And not one person caught it for the final product. I don't believe it. And then
and even if they did catch it, I think they could still edit him out, but maybe they caught it and were like, "Oh, F it, let's do the thing like the Game of Thrones,
leave
keep
it
it in.
in.
It'll get people
Yep.
talking about it this
That's
week."
what I
Yeah,
think.
'cause Starbucks
Yeah.
blew up after it. Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
That's exactly what I think happened.
See, the Game of Thrones one, I think I almost lean towards this is legitimate. Like, I think that could have gotten passed because it's
There
a Starbucks.
also was a lot of negativity about the showrunners finishing,
Towards
you
the
know,
end, yeah.
towards the end of that, you know,
Being lazy.
So the idea of them being lazy or rushing it or not catching that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
This does
And
not.
it's-
Mandalorian does not. It's too. It's also
It's
Disney.
too polished.
It's one
Yeah.
giant word, right? Disney. When it comes to entertainment, Disney doesn't mess up very often. They really don't,
They
right?
concentrate on the details. They don't miss things.
Yeah,
No.
because not when it's a full-grown person standing there dressed at like some PA
Yeah.
It was
ducking.
some fat dad.
Yeah, some fat dad. Like the Starbucks cup, I can understand like going through it and then people just thinking it's a regular cup at first, like not looking into
I
it. It's
still
a
had
cup.
to have people show me that because I'm like, what
Yeah,
am I
yeah,
looking
yeah.
at? Like a
Yeah.
dumb old man. I'm like, what?
Yeah. So I'm going towards it's
Fake!
Yeah.
that they just left it in just so to get people talking about it.
I agree. Not that Mandalorian needs any help, but
Then
Yeah.
then there's the opposite. It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
It makes the whole because okay, now I'm back
You're
to
bumbling.
this.
no, but it's also
Maybe
Favreau's
it's Tom
baby,
Mann is
right?
The editor, and he doesn't want to do the PSAs anymore for a whole year that he's the last year on his contract.
No, it's Favreau's doing this, right? Like this is his baby.
Yeah, Favreau and Fellini, I think is.
I
his
can't
name is.
see Jon Favreau as much as I think he is a fan of cinema, and he will go down in history as a guy that could do it all, right?
Yeah.
He's an X Factor guy. Whether we like
Yeah.
him, I know a lot of people don't like
Yeah.
him for whatever reason. I think that's weird. I think the guy's super awesome. He's a great actor and a great behind the camera. Can you see him?
Yeah, I don't think so because
can't
they
see-
take it seriously, and this
Yeah.
is this is their career.
And
this
he
is their art.
knows that he's got the one piece of Star Wars that everybody loves, even the guys like me that don't necessarily like Star Wars.
You're not Danny Bonaducci wanting to
Orange juice and vodka?
box Stuttering John.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not just,
Yeah.
you're not doing this for attention. Like, this is your craft.
I'm sorry, guys.
So now I'm back to
who directed Elf?
John Favreau.
There you go. You
Iron
see what I'm
Man,
saying? Like
John Favreau.
I'm just saying, I can't see. Now he does have roots in comedy. And he's a funny ass guy. His character where he plays the MMA fighter in those
Four
holiday.
Christmases.
Yeah, it's a great character. But my point is, I just can't see him I can't see him ruining his own life work.
yeah, it's not ruining it, but it looks a little
Bush
Bush
League,
League
Yeah.
to leave that in there.
I
So-
wouldn't do it. If
Yeah,
I
you're
had a
right.
mistake in one of our shows, and look, we're low tier, and it was something
Yeah,
like
I mean, we have a sound problem. It drives you crazy. You go try to fix it.
I
you
go
know?
fix it.
Mm.
I edited it out because nobody likes it.
Yeah, but even like
It doesn't add to the story, does it?
we'll do something if it's going to create some sort of publicity stunt. I understand that concept, but you're right. I don't know. This one is who
see-
the hell knows?
If they fire someone over it, then I'll believe it's true. If they don't fire anyone, I think it's fake. I think that's the line for me.
Yeah, but who do you fire? Because
You fire the editor. You fire the guy in charge of editing.
Yeah,
Right,
because
it-
If
he's
you don't fire him,
Well-
then it's not.
It's
what
probably
it
a
is.
department. It's probably an area of
Yeah.
people that were in charge
There-
of that particular scene.
there's one guy that's ass is on the line that's managing a group of people that
Yeah.
they're responsible for the final product, and he's supposed to catch anything.
He may not get
Yeah.
fired, but he could get
I'm reading-
demoted. He could get.
Yeah.
on one of these Disney like blog situations, they said this could be possibly the result of the fact that the editors are working from home, and so
Yeah.
they're not in these big studios, and these little things slip by sometimes.
They had it in not landscape, but portrait, maybe.
Although you would imagine that they are working from home, but they have the same equipment that they always did
Yeah.
in in their own personal office. So I imagine it's like
Or maybe they're just too relaxed, hanging out at their house and working from home. You know what I'm saying? Their
They were high.
pajamas.
it's
They were
weird.
high.
Yeah, I don't know.
Drunk and high.
Well, we'll go for another thing that's relaxed. Dan, have you done what Xbox has warned you not to do? Have you blown vape smoke into your new Xbox?
Every day.
What?
Xbox had to put a statement on their Twitter saying, please do not blow vape smoke into your new Xbox. It will mess up the components.
Do you want to know why? Do
Yeah,
you want to
yeah.
know why people are doing
What
this?
is this?
It is so important for people to get 15 minutes of social media fame that guys that were getting the Xbox like I did, they pre-ordered it, they'd go and get it, and then they'd set it up, And then what they do is they blow vape smoke into it. Then they TikTok it to make it seem like that their
falling apart.
Xbox was burning and then it was smoking. And then just to get a little dose, just a little bit in the veins, give me those sweet, sweet likes of people thinking that my Xbox is burning when it's all fake. All fake.
Is that what it is?
It's exactly
Yeah,
what it was.
they were saying it got bricked or something like that. A lot of them did it. I saw that like 4 like social media influencers blew vape smoke into their thing. Like, my Xbox is on fire. Oh no.
Even if
Stupid.
it was.
All
Yeah,
fake.
this is dumb.
All fake, but anybody that knows electronics, myself, Samantha, even you, Tom, would know that just common sense tells you anything that vapor, water vapor, smoke, not good for electronics.
No.
You don't need it. I've never blown. I've been a smoker. I never blew smoke at any of my
Why
equipment.
would you?
Also,
I don't. But I guess people do it.
this is the movies
Gotta be a thing, Sam.
affecting real life, and I'll explain. Is in the movies, anytime electronics stopped working, they had to show that in some way because
Spark and smoke.
Because honestly, if we all had electronics before that don't work, it
We
just
all
doesn't,
been had electronics before.
it doesn't
Hide
turn
your kids
on.
and hide your wife, right, Tom?
It just
Dog time, boss.
it just never turns on. Oh,
Right.
it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's broken. It doesn't do the stereotypical spark and then smoke after. But in movies they had to
Yeah.
do that.
And I'm the worst guy to talk to because I treat my electronics nicely, and most of my stuff still works. So, like, my original project, whatever the hell it was called, Xbox Project Falcon or what, like, I still have it upstairs, works perfect, no problem. You can blow vape smoke in it, do whatever you want to do it. I kept it nice.
My pop-up had an old gateway that I gave him so he could play solitaire
Yeah,
on
Spider
there.
Solitaire, God bless him.
And speaking of spider solitaire, spiders, because he's had it in his garage, which the door was always open and just like sitting there in the garage. There were spiders, so many spider nests in the hard drive. Plus, I went over to his house one day and it was on, and like I showed him how to use it like a month prior, and I was like, Pop-Up, did you ever turn this off? He's like, I don't know how to turn it off. And I was like, it's been on for a month. And then I hit the space bar and it popped up and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, this thing hasn't been turned on. There's spider nests in it. Oh my God.
This computer down here,
I'm like,
this red one, that thing's been on for like a solid 7 months. Like,
Yeah.
it's never been rebooted.
Like gateway.
It's tried and true.
Quality computer.
Yeah.
I don't
Look
think
for
it
the
ever
cows.
worked after that though. It like froze in the screen. I was never.
Well.
It's hunker garbage.
Okay.
It's kind of a shame.
Next story?
but- Yeah,
Yeah.
please.
Let's go to Deadpool 3. They hired the writers from Bob's Burgers. Let me make sure I say this right. The
Really?
Molyneux sisters. They're the ones that wrote Bob's Burgers. They're going to be doing the new Deadpool movie.
Well, that
Alright.
prepare yourselves
I'm
for
interested.
too many references because Bob's Burgers rules, and every time you watch the show, you'll miss 25 things.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a really good show. So that's exciting.
Yeah, they
news.
do a good job. I'm excited about that. Hopefully, yeah, it's supposed to take place during Endgame, which is going to be weird.
I don't
So
know
they're
what
going
that
to like
means.
put it during that. Is
No,
what
I think
the
that might be-
supposed rumors are.
Look, I'd love to crap on this, but I'm excited for it. And I think the fact that they're putting it during Endgame is going to be cool. I think it will be. I think their choice of writers is going to be good. I'm a big fan of shows that if you watch them again, you can pick up new jokes. Fast shows.
Yeah.
One of my favorite shows of all time was 30 Rock. But that's probably the fastest show. It's almost too hard to watch.
Yeah, well written.
Yeah.
It's not a...
It's like that and Archer, because it's the
Yeah,
I
Archer.
think they help also
They're-
write Archer as well.
They're not easy watches. And I'm not saying they're not fun. They're super fun. But if you want to get every joke, you better put on your glasses.
Multiple times you
Yeah,
gotta watch
and get a
it, yeah.
coffee.
Pay attention. Don't be on your phone. You got to watch the show for real.
Yep.
Now-
Well, that's exciting.
Or explain to the non-nerd, what do you mean during Endgame? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know what that means.
Oh, sorry.
During the MCU timeline, there was a couple movies that took place during Endgame. Ant-Man and Wasp took place during Infinity War, so it was at the same time. So during Endgame, this will be during the same time frame. It's like 5 years there was in between the beginning of Endgame and the end of Endgame. So that's why.
Well, I didn't watch any of those, so it's not going to make any sense
No, but
to me
I
anyway.
think you'll be okay. I think if you
You'll be fine. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just inserting mutants into the
Yeah.
MCU is what
They're
they're
just,
trying to do.
if you're a
with
super
Deadpool.
fan, they're giving you a time meter. They're letting you know
Yeah.
where this is, rather than just making it be some sort of, we don't know
Arbitrary.
when it happened. Yeah,
Because
this-
it won't mess up continuity. They don't
Right.
want to mess up continuity and say, wait a minute, it can't happen because this hadn't happened yet, is what they're trying to make sure is safe.
Is there
Boom.
any reference to it? Like,
Right.
I'm sure there will
Like,
be.
there's
It
a-
might maybe the snap, the second snap, or the blip, or whatever.
Yeah, there'll
whenever
be
it comes
something
back.
in there.
It's loud as hell. There's some Infinity War going on.
Yeah, there will be something.
Is
yeah.
there something like
Who's that purple guy with a glove on?
I know there's a meme where they disintegrate and it's like, oh, this guy with the rings.
The snap, and then the blip is when they came back.
You're gonna
they play it really well in Spider-Man.
You're going to get to
Homecoming.
see all of this, Tom, because
yeah.
I talked to your son when he was over here a couple of days ago or last week. Absolutely obsessed with Spider-Man.
They're like,
I mean, you better put on your spider pants, buddy. You strap in. You're ready to go.
yeah.
My daughter loves Into the Spider-Verse. I think every time I pass by it on Netflix or Disney Plus, she's like, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. That's all she does. She loves that.
Yeah, they like it too.
Yeah, it's good.
And
It's good.
I'm assuming that I'll go through all the movies when they get older.
They're
and
good,
I'll
though.
watch it. It's fine.
That's not a bad assignment.
Next
At least
one,
you have to watch
Robert
out.
Englund's going to be in the new Stranger Things season 4, which
Wait,
I'm
what?
not really excited about.
What's going to be in it?
Robert Englund.
Robert Englund from Freddy from
gotcha.
Friday the 13th, not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, man, you just
Old
lost
man
all.
I
Nerd
almost
cred.
blew it. Oh man, my nerd credit went out the window.
What's he going to play?
Yeah.
Like a scientist?
He's supposed to be a crazy Russian prisoner, so I think he's. Well, I'm not going to say
And
it.
he'll
so.
do something. He'll do the
It's
laugh or
alright.
something at some point, so we all
Yeah.
know, right?
Yeah, he'll be. Yeah.
Well, it's
He'll be like,
based
you
in the
didn't give me
80s,
my
isn't it?
crow.
So it's-
I can't do it. But
Yeah, he'll say something. He's a Russian, crazy Russian. He'll be like, "Hey, what's her name? 11, 7, whatever
Yeah,
number
yeah.
it is."
But it's
11,
the
yeah.
fat cop
Yeah.
is in there.
Hooper. We're talking to Hooper, probably.
Hooper,
Hopper.
Hopper, why don't you?
Jesus.
Hopper, sorry.
Why aren't you eating your
Jaws and
Eggo waffles? And then I'm
Daniel
like,
does
oh
that
God!
laugh so
I'm like,
good.
oh Freddie, go kill yourself.
That was
Nobody
stupid.
cares.
So it makes sense. I mean, there at
yeah,
this
it took place in the 80s. Freddy Krueger is basically 80s camp, so you definitely have to put it in there.
Yeah, it's probably, and I hate saying this, it's probably good casting, and I think he is a good actor. And from all of my friends that have met him at all these cons, they say he's a really nice man.
Very nice guy.
Yeah,
yes.
so
We interviewed
good on
him back in the day,
Oh, he was
and,
great. He was always great. I always thought I always thought there should have never been a reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street, and I have thought that the character Freddy should die with the guys that made it iconic. So your Jasons, your Kane Hodders, and your Freddy Krueger, Robert Englund. Like, I'm sorry, that they are that character. You're gonna reboot The Sopranos without old
Tony Soprano.
yeah, with old whatever the
Gandolfini.
yeah, no, you can't. Sorry,
Gandalf.
some guys are too powerful. Some
You
actors,
shut up, pass!
but I feel like their presence is too large for the character. They are the character, and you'll never find anybody better.
Yeah. I don't want to see the guy from Bad News Bears be Freddy Krueger or whatever the
Yeah.
tiny redhead.
Rorschach. I don't
Rorschach.
see Rorschach as Freddy Krueger.
Stupid.
But he's Rorschach, so leave him
He
as
is
Rorschach.
fantastic as Rorschach.
Yes.
No one else should
Yeah.
play Rorschach.
Thank
though.
you. That's his thing. Thor. You mean to tell me they're going to recast Thor? No, sorry.
Yeah, no one but Chris Hemsworth should play
Yes, the
Thor now.
ladies have already decided that is our Thor.
Even Loki. Don't recast Loki
No.
other than Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, he's a great Loki.
So there's no
Yeah.
way that this Stranger Things can be as good as like the previous.
The first 3 seasons.
Only because I think this goes along with most things, is that the reason why we liked it was the first one, and under those particular circumstances, and
It was kind of just figuring out
Time and
what
place.
was going on. Now it's like, okay, well now we know there's this going on.
yeah, and the kids are now, they aged out of the quintessential like
It's like the Goonies factor. They're
Yeah.
too old now.
yeah, like at that age, and when they first did, it was like 12, 13,
It's
right?
the preteen
Preteen,
situation.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the 11, 12-year-old.
There's a lot of awkwardness there, which is great for that
Right.
particular.
Once I know you could buy cigarettes. Remember, like you are 2 months from buying cigarettes. Like, although I don't, didn't they change
No.
that rule now? I think you have to be 21, right?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Oh God!
You know,
Obama.
Now I got
I almost
something.
yelled Trump, but I don't think he'd change the cigarette law.
No, I don't think it would either.
I don't think anybody does
Twitch
that.
is kind of weighing in. You know, I brought up James Gandolfini, and they're now I still stand by what I said, guys. They're like, they are doing a new Sopranos. They're doing like a prequel, and they're using James Gandolfini's son to play a young Tony Soprano. Still doesn't count.
Yeah.
He's still Tony Soprano, is what I'm saying. And you're almost making my argument. Just the fact that they went and found his kid to play it proves my point.
Yeah.
So you're
That
never
character,
gonna
That's what you want.
that
yeah.
character is so big, and it connected with James Gandolfini so well that there is no way to do a Tony Soprano from now until the end of time it will have to be either him or his blood. I'm sorry, it just has to be.
Yeah.
I'll
It's kind of
accept.
like X-Men with like Ian McKellen when they had Michael Fassbender. It's kind of he's still good, but
It's
Ian
not the
McKellen will
same.
always be my Magneto, and Patrick Stewart will always be my Professor X.
100% agree,
Yeah,
man.
you can go different actor when it's like it'd be Indiana
It's a
Jones,
prequel,
right?
yeah.
You can't do another Indiana Jones with someone
River
different.
Phoenix.
It has
you could
to-
do it, with his corpse, maybe.
Well, the
Jesus.
River Phoenix was the young Indiana Jones. I'll accept that because it's a young. Like you could do it with the young, but current regular Jones can be no one different than Harrison Ford.
Yeah, if you're gonna do regular Jones, it's a Harrison Ford scenario. I'm sorry. Young Jones can be Young Jones can be anybody.
Yeah. I don't care.
Regular
Jones and beyond.
Now, extreme old man Jones.
Yeah.
Then
Geriatric Jones.
Yeah. Then I'll accept someone else.
But how old is Harrison Ford
Or
now?
Yeah, he's old man Jones.
You know what I mean?
The only way you can truly reboot it would be to go to space and do Space Jones.
Yes.
Then you could do.
Oh, he is 78 years old.
Oh yeah, he was basically old man Jones in the Crystal Skull one,
which I liked. And everybody hated
recognize that one at all.
And then
I was so high that I loved it.
No, I hate it.
Oh, so
then
bad.
Boof Lagoof, and there's
I love Boof Lagoof.
Stupid Boof.
I don't know where I stand on Shia LaBeouf.
He's so good.
I don't know where I stand on him.
You got to watch Peanut Butter Falcon.
I like him. Did he really get the tattoos for the
He
tax
got
collector?
some of them, but not everybody made it bigger than it was supposed to. Like it was.
Well, no,
some of those were not for the movie.
Oh, okay.
And some of them were fake tattoos.
I got 3 stories left. Which ones do you want? I got Mads Mikkelsen taking over for Johnny Depp, or Wonder Woman's going to be on HBO Max, or Constantine 2, whether it's going to be Keanu Reeves or Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan, the quarterback for the Falcons. Weird.
Yeah, they cast him in Constantine too.
Yeah, they're weird.
He's playing the villain, the Tooth. Get out of here, Matt
sacked
Ryan.
like 9 times during the whole game.
Matt Ryan, we don't want you. Go away.
Yeah. You need to retire.
You're fine. You got a beautiful family. Go be with your wife and your
rebuild time.
Yeah,
get rid of everybody.
Get it. Just gut it.
Let's.
Which one do you like?
What do you?
Constantine. People love to talk about old
Keanu Reeves. Everyone loves Keanu Reeves.
He's in everything.
If you're a person that doesn't like Keanu Reeves, I question you as a person.
Oh, this falls into the nerd category. Do yourself a favor. Go to YouTube and look up the behind-the-scenes footage of Keanu Reeves cutting his lines for the video game.
Cyberpunk 2077.
Cyberpunk. There's a really good video of him cutting his lines, and it's going to be awesome. That game's going to be just disgustingly awesome.
That looks like fun to play.
Yeah, so go check that out. It's a great little video. They've been doing really good exclusive content.
Another Facebook meme or blog or whatever the hell those things are that I'm quite a fan of is
okay, pop up.
Find out
you like the contest. You like to see which Harry Potter character you are.
This one it was about Keanu Reeves. It was like look at the 12 unbelievable things Keanu Reeves has done for his fans that no one knows about. I'm like, click.
I do this too.
So now you cannot make fun of Crystal for Meme Mom Mondays.
I don't talk about it. I don't call anybody. I'm in my own world. I don't show anybody this.
Excuse me, ma'am.
This
Normally
is like
you
heroin.
and I are on the same page, but my client, I'll have to step in and help defend my client. He is gaining knowledge while his wife is just laughing at people's mean-spirited jokes. This man is gaining knowledge. He found out what Ralphie from Christmas Story looks like both when he was a child and in 2019.
They are unrecognizable now.
And then I'm like,
Tom.
Keanu Reeves one time gave an autograph to a boy standing outside the set of John Wick 2. I'm like,
this guy's amazing.
No, he was the ticket taker, and he bought a ice cream cone and didn't even eat the ice cream, and then signed the receipt so he could give an autograph to the kid.
No,
I know that.
He watches it. He sees the same garbage.
I think we just realized that
I
all
only
of
know
us.
because my wife does these things and tells me this stuff.
I do the click
She
for
is
this.
obsessed with Keanu Reeves. She thinks that her other husband, which I would murder Keanu Reeves if he stole my wife.
By the way, I got
Would
Griffin.
you?
No, man.
I feel like that
John
would be
Wick.
the best thing you've
It
ever
would be
done
a
in
step
life.
up, but I would like to have. Oh man, could I get alimony if she married Keanu Reeves?
EJ, honestly, it would be you would be forever. Hey, EJ's wife left him for Keanu Reeves.
Right.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's like the
that's
Frank Gore of
another
marriages.
thing.
Like that. Honestly, you need to have like. Other than that, what do you got? You got this
Frank
nerd job,
Gore.
and then you played third string tight end for UM. That's it. 2 things, which are.
Hey, I'm turning 40. Don't make me have a midnight crisis before that.
Man.
I haven't heard.
Oh, great. And you turned 40. Well, how many billions of humans have done that?
Yeah, I haven't heard any of your compadres in there today. Where are?
I heard some doors open.
Yeah, where are my friends?
Kendra's she's doing close files right now.
It's-
So that's
Dude,
but
this-
no one comes in after. This is like the perfect time to do it because it's like
why
later in the afternoon.
Why don't we do it
No
like
one
that?
bothers
We
me
can
in the
always
morning.
do this. Instead, you have your boss come in and start yelling at you while we're on the air.
It's also, I assume, every
Holiday
bit,
week,
Yeah,
yeah.
every
Yeah, it's
bit-
holiday week. That's probably what it is.
They got 1 foot in the cranberry.
Oh.
that
Feels weird.
You just blow off this week. Like even for us, like I knew we have some.
I don't want to be here, dude. I've been yawning crazy.
Yeah, I'm just like Butler brought in the
We
stuff.
got
I didn't even
candy
get-
and beer.
Yeah.
Did Butler finish up his Ecto 1 Legos?
Oh God, don't ask
I
him
don't know.
about
My
it.
daughter, my
He
daughter
sent
wrote
us
her.
10 texts about it, hoping that we'd ask him, and I've just ignored it. The
I
whole
didn't.
time.
I didn't bite. I didn't bite
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
I felt bad.
Samantha.
I felt bad, but I can't.
Not me.
I said I can't give his toys a thumbs up every day.
You-
You know what I mean? I don't even give my daughter's toys a thumbs up every day. She's fine.
It's like, congratulations! You put together toys like, that are for kids.
Yeah, you finally achieved the comprehension level of an elf. Great job.
Yeah, great. It says 7 to 9 on the box, and you really
You showed them.
you overachieved.
I got a question for Samantha.
Huh.
Okay,
Samantha's
Samantha,
not
you
here,
still
man.
drive you still drive the Griff truck, right?
I do.
Okay, my wife drives her car that has the Mycon stuff on the outsides. Do you have to bite your tongue or not flick people off because you're driving in the Griff truck knowing it's an advertisement for the radio station? Because my wife has to do that all the time now.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what are they doing? Like,
Have you ever- okay,
Mycon,
whenever
this
she gets
lady's
cut
doing
off,
a fun-loving
she flicks
fun.
people off.
I'll run her off the road and kill her.
what is this, Mycon? I'm not.
Yeah, what is that? A sweet, good mom who sells candles? Well, I'll just throw this
Yeah.
Molotov cocktail at her.
They're flicking to the bird. They're like, Mycon, what are you? Who? I would just be like, what is that? Like, what are people doing?
Yeah.
Like,
The
Samantha.
only time that's ever happened to me, it was Seth Petrozelli.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he apologized.
Yeah.
And then,
Because you rattle him. You have him so rattled.
yeah, but with Samantha, it's either people confused or listeners to the show that
Yeah.
honk and wave.
Yeah.
There's no one that's mad about that. Like, who's
You
mad
know
at
what? If
Tom-
somebody flicks off your wife and yells at her because she wants to put on a very successful independent con here in town where people like-minded can get together and have a fun time, just tell me and we'll all go down there and we will beat this person
Oh,
up.
are they confused because they're
No,
like
no. The reason
con
I'm
artists?
asking this is, does Samantha have to bite her tongue so she doesn't flick people off that don't know about the radio station? Because my wife got cut off the other day, and she was about to flick them off and honk her horn at the person, but then
Oh, I
she
see what you're
an
saying.
advertisement for my Mycon.
No, I don't give a damn.
No, Sam
I don't
will
give a
hang
damn.
her butt right out the window.
Yeah.
Spray
She sticks
crazy.
the middle finger
Yeah.
out the window.
What am
and
I gonna
people-
embarrass
they
Tom and
cut you
Dan?
off.
Yeah, there's a little known fact. If you honk at Samantha, she'll hang her butt out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a while though because they have roll down windows.
Yeah,
So
we're
just,
working on that.
yeah,
She'll
yeah.
pee on your
Yeah.
windshield. Yeah, she'll also
I'll take the
shoot.
paint right off your hood.
I have told her that if she every time she gets in that truck, I told her when she gets out of her driveway, put her gun out the window, 2 shots
Yeah.
every time.
Then go and do that move where you shake it like a hippo's tail. Why are you shaking it around? You're spreading it
I feel
everywhere.
like Tom is
Marking the territory.
Tom is referencing the video of a hippo. He's taking a poo, but then he whips his tiny hippo tail in order to
Yeah, it's
spread
a
it.
helicopter.
But then there's another thing. I can't even talk about that here. But
Yeah.
it was when
The meat spin.
and the end, and then they're like going crazy. I'm like, stop! You're getting it everywhere.
All right,
we gotta
bye-bye.
get out of here.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Too late.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanksgiving.
There he goes.
All right.
I thought you were gonna thank EJ and you just yelled Thanksgiving.
That's how we end now.
Thanksgiving.